Good morning, good morning. I got a little gripe today, man. You know what I'm saying? I got a gripe today. And that's really with the powers that be, you know what I'm saying? Perpetrating that they're really trying to help and they're really not. They're out for themselves. Case in point, you have individuals who supposedly out of the blue, after they get into trouble, they start to cooperate with the authorities, saying that they want to clean up the streets. You know, they want that so bad, but yet the only time they do something is when there's something for them to gain. They don't do it out of the goodness out of their heart. They're not trying to better humanity. They're not trying to better the community. They're saying that I want the immediate gratification. That's really what you're looking at. Individuals who want the immediate gratification. They got into the world that they were supposedly part of because it was the immediate gratification of what it looked like, how it made them feel, how people looked at them, the surroundings, the community, how they were viewed, what fast car they can get, how much money they can get in their pocket, what good looking female they can get. Now you take all that away and said, okay, well, if it was worth it, then obviously you should be able to do the time that came with the crime that you did, or whatever the case may be. You find that again, the immediate gratification kicks in that individual. They can't take that because now they want the things right now. You got to stay away from those people because those are the people that'll bring you down. Those are the people that jump ship, and especially in the music industry and the music business. I'm just going to drop a few jewels on you. Number one, you have the entertainment industry, right? The entertainment industry. And within that entertainment industry, there's the music business, there's the fashion industry, there's the movie industry, and so on and so forth. But remember, for people who do music, there has to be a label that you're under, right? The actors in the movies, they don't have a label. They're independent for a reason. They have more independence in relation to, if you talk to an actor, an actress, a producer, a director, they work for any label. And I believe this is what the record industry or the music industry is trying to say, that, you know, they want artists with a fan base and, you know, so on and so forth. Now, if you take that and try to digest that, right, what you're looking at, what they're saying is that we will support you in relation to a record label because you need a label. You know what I'm saying? You need a label. And for one reason or another, you could do it yourself. But at the end of the day, you're going to create your own label. Actors don't have labels. Actresses don't have labels. They work. And they work in relation to the job and the criteria of that job. Every time there's a new movie, there's an audition for that part. They audition. Music is so, like, it's just, you know, it's basically like, how can I say, set in stone. Like, you know what I'm saying? You recording, you record the same label. You know, if you have a recording contract, when you get a contract, that contract is for a term with that label, you know, or with that company. They work with you. And I believe that too many times that bridge, you know what I'm saying, is not seen as what it's supposed to be seen as. You know what I'm saying? It's getting blurred. And we start to believe that there is no bridge. Like, you could just walk across from one to the other. So what I say that to say this. Now, in relation to what I brought up earlier with these individuals, you got to remember, especially in the music industry. Now, this is where the music industry differs from the other industries within the entertainment industry, right? Is that with music, you'll find that people will jump out of the window faster than they would in any other industry because you don't have to work as hard. Right? Yeah, I'll be right. And secondly, there is the notion that it's something that happens instantaneously. You know, I have no problem with anyone doing what they are entitled to do, right? And there's an entitlement, especially for someone like myself. Once you attain a level of awareness, you understand that everyone is entitled to do what they do. If they want to cooperate, they don't want to, whatever the case may be, and you deal with that accordingly. I'm not here to tell anyone to do or not do anything. You're going to be the person that you are. What I am saying is that for people, everyone in particular and everyone in general, mind who you're around, and and see those individuals that are there for the immediate gratification of what you're doing, because those are the individuals at the end of the day, I guarantee you, that are going to move on without you, with or without you, after they've been able to get what they can from you. You know what I'm saying? And I say that to say this again. Like I said, we're all human beings, but at the end of the day, without some level of awareness and universal consciousness, we're weak and wicked to the things that are around us. Those are emotions. And if you can't master yourself and have self-control, your emotions will always get the best of you. So, that being said, you have to understand, man has to be able to control his emotions. You know, and how you do that is with intellect. You do that with a higher spiritual awareness. You do that with you know, a universal consciousness of understanding. You know, that's what understanding is. You know, you would love to do something, but you understand the consequences, so you won't do it. You know, there's 200 miles on the speedometer, but you know that although you would love to, there's consequences for that. You know, you may kill someone, you may die yourself. You know, you may not be able to control the car. Like, there's a lot of things. So if you want to go 200 if you want to test the speedometer and go 200 miles an hour, now there has to be a place for that. So now you got to place that in a position. If you want to go 200, well, you go to the circuit. You know what I'm saying? You know, and so on and so forth. You know, that's where you go. You go Autobahn. Now, I mean, that's where people who like to go 200 miles an hour, so on and so forth, fast or slow, whatever the case may be, they push the max on the speedometer. That's where you go. Or you go to places such as that. You know what I mean? So, and that's what it is. And I believe that we can all follow that we could all follow that, because when we look at this situation, even if you like the things in life that, you know what I mean, put money in your pocket, you know what I'm saying, put a bad female on your arms, you know what I'm saying, put a nice ride, you know what I'm saying, you got the keys to the ride, and so on and so forth. There's consequences that come with that if you're not doing it within the parameters of the law. You know what I'm saying? So now, so that you understand, and this is for a lot of people who, you know, may see a lot of things and their emotions get the best of them. You know what I'm saying? That's why you have to think. You know what I'm saying? That's why when they tell you, they say, think first. Don't act without thinking. Because when you act, you're not thinking properly unless you've thought about it and then made that action based on your thoughts. You know what I'm saying? That's why a lot of things, like if you commit a murder, if you thought about it before, it's premeditated. You know what I'm saying? Because and what they saying in relation to thought and thinking, you know what I'm saying, is that when you think, you also have the power to not do something when you think about it. So that's what I'm saying. So like it's the levels is real. You know what I'm saying? When you get to the level of awareness, whereby you could be a personal guru. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, man, I'm doing this music thing not because it's easy. I'm doing it because it's gonna give me an opportunity to hang my hat and say, you know, I carved this out. This is an industry that is, you know, very difficult to get into and survive in. And I've showed you that I've been able to do that because of awareness and talent, of course, but in relation to awareness. So it's sort of like when you wake up in the morning and say, I want to be a lawyer. There's nothing holding you back, not even age. You know what I'm saying? The only thing that may be holding you back is finances, capital. You know what I'm saying? With the opportunities, obviously, but obviously, it's not an easy road. So for persons who became lawyers, doctors, professionals in the world, it wasn't an easy road. But when they woke up and said they wanted to do it, they did it because of what? They had awareness. There was a path that was mapped out for them. So with the music industry, obviously, there's no course that you can take outside of, the regular courses that you take in relation to music theory and audio engineering and stuff like that. That get you into positions in relation to like the music industry and the music business. And that's why they say, like, a lot of people believe like they got a whole lot of information. And I'm not knocking them, you know what I'm saying, in relation to the music business and the music industry. You know what I'm saying? And the fact of the matter is, I'll break it down for you real simple. The difference between the music business and the music industry. Simple. Here it is that you have basically the music industry does music business. But the music business is larger than the music industry. And what I mean by that is this. You have a select few individuals that are doing music in the music industry, and they're usually the same executives. Like, you have in the music industry, you may have 25 record labels: Sony, Universal, Def Jam, etc. They're not the only people that are doing music business. That's the music industry. They are the top executives in the world, preferably, usually in the United States. But they have a, so what have, they're interconnected. So you'd find that within the major continents and the major countries in the world, you'd find that Capitol Records would be in every country. A Universal would be in every country, or you'd have various other labels that fall under that bracket. But they're not the only people that are doing music. So that's the difference. You know what I'm saying? So it doesn't, if you're doing music business, you know what I'm saying, the music business, you're doing the business of music. You have people that do the business of law, do the business of real estate, you do the business of medicine, you do the business of whatever it is you do, sales, whatever. That's the business of music. There's an industry that's specific to music. You know what I mean? That's the music industry. So when you're doing music business, and you're doing the business of music, usually you do you'll find that it's because it's a network. You start to network with individuals, and you could even start your own industry. But the fact of the matter is, there is an industry that's already there if you're doing music. So usually you'd find that everyone is there. You know what I'm saying? So you're basically cutting it out and making it a little bit shorter for yourself. But obviously you have to deal with whatever their preferences are, whatever the case may be. So that's basically it. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, like the Billboard charts work with the music industry. So, you could do music business for an artist. You're doing your own business in music. You can get to the Billboard. You know what I'm saying? And when you get to the Billboard, if you're successful, there you'll find, at last, Allah, you know what I'm saying? Music industry officials. You know what I'm saying? So now you now connect with them. And you're doing your music business. They're doing their music business. And they are part of or in the music industry. You know what I'm saying? So that's basically how that goes. Like I said, man, I've been very fortunate to really bump into a lot of pioneers within music business and within the music industry. You know what I'm saying? So that's basically it. So like I said, man, be mindful of the persons that are around you. You know what I mean? And a lot of times it takes a lot of in-depth just looking into persons and stuff like that, you know what I mean, to really see, what they're about and what makes them tick. You know what I'm saying? Because you really don't want people that at the end of the day, they're in it for themselves. You know what I'm saying? They're not there for the long haul, or whatever the case may be that they signed on, or you thought they signed on to. They're there because they want the immediate gratification. They want to be around when things are going good, and when things are going bad, they're going to move on to somewhere else where they can do better. You know what I mean? And, like I said, they're entitled, but there's nothing wrong with a snake. You know what I'm saying? Because a snake is a snake. But the fact of the matter is, at the end of the day, you want to know, because you want to group certain things. It's you know what I mean? Like a hamster or a rabbit is not going to look at a snake the way, you know what I mean? Like another animal will look at a snake. You know what I'm saying? A snake is a snake. That's correct. A snake was created from God, such and so on and so forth. A snake is entitled to being a snake. However, at the end of the day, you want to be able to group you want to know who the snakes are, you know what I'm saying, and move accordingly, you know what I'm saying, because at the end of the day, you don't want to be in a position because of lack of knowledge, because you can't blame anyone but yourself at the end of the day. Once you have the tools there for you, and you fail to use them and utilize them. So that's basically it, man. I'm Mars Noel. Like I told y'all, I had an ebook, but unfortunately it wasn't really done, but I really got to go through that because I believe that's a great ebook. And what I did was, from the very first time I put music online, this is the new music industry, so quote unquote, so the very first time that I put music online, up until working with record labels, independent labels, and stuff like that, up until that, I was basically, the ebook is basically breaking it down of what I was doing, do it yourself situation, like, you know what I'm saying, whereby, like, at the end of the day, because people are people at the end of the day, and without universal awareness and consciousness, they're more liable to be weak and wicked because of their emotions. You know what I'm saying? That's basically it. So it's practical. You know what I mean? You understand that. You know what I mean? Because of their emotions. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times people make decisions based on emotions, and a lot of times it's a bad decision. You know what I'm saying? So that's about it, man. You know what I'm saying? Everybody stay good, stay easy. You already know what time it is, man. I'm here. You know what I'm saying? Still gotta stay motivated. You know, it's unfortunate. A lot of times, man, you find that the people that should be in a position are not there because of emotions. You know what I'm saying? And you know what comes with that. But you already know, man. Mars Noel signing out. Happy holidays. I'm here 2020. You already know what time it is. 2020 vision is clear. I'm here. You know what I mean? Peace.